All right, what's up everybody? Lucas here, Only Kinds Fitness. So let's fix those lower back problems, okay? So I'm gonna throw you guys some exercises and some stretches for the anterior pelvic tilt and the posterior pelvic tilt. Exercises to fix the anterior pelvic tilt. Let's do that one, okay? You guys remember that? This is the anterior pelvic tilt, big booty. How to fix that. So believe it or not, anterior pelvic tilt might actually mean you have weak glutes or a weak butt. So your butt's really actually kind of weak, so it's allowing your spinal erectors to pull really tightly. So what you got to do, one glute exercise that I like that also strengthens the hamstrings, which are also potentially weak, is rear kickbacks. So you can kick back like this and hold it. Now these are only body weight exercises, okay? So you can do this in your own home. You don't have to go to a gym or you don't need equipment. Hold it down. Do this controlled and slow, okay? I do each leg about 10 times. Controlled and slow. Squeeze the butt and squeeze the hamstrings. That's exercise number one for that. Another good one to tighten the booty up. Tighten the booty to relieve your booty, okay, is the booty bridge. Hold it and squeeze that butt. Oh, squeeze. Another problem you might have if you have the anterior pelvic tilt is weak abdominals. Usually it's weak lower abdominals. So one is you can do the reverse crunch. Now you can choose to keep your legs straight or go like this, but what you want to do is you don't want to go all the way down. I would keep it just right there at the tension point. Don't touch, bring it right through that tension point, okay? Don't touch your feet on the ground, otherwise you're just going to be like using the iliopsoas and the momentum, or going like this, going too far forward. You're just using momentum. Keep it slow and controlled during the reverse crunch right here, during the point of tension. Try to use the abs, okay? Try to flex the abs and not so much, you'll feel the hips. Try to flex mostly just the abs, okay? You can also do the normal crunch to tighten the abs as well, this one. Sweet. So usually the anterior pelvic tilt is coupled with weak butt, weak hamstrings, weak abs. So strengthen those. Now you want to stretch some other muscles, okay? These ones are usually tight right here, the hip flexors. So that's these muscles right here. Whoa, there. These ones. So you want to stretch these out. Simple. Stretch like this, the hip flexor stretch. Stretch it out in the front. And then stretch out the other side. Only stretch out after you're warmed up. You know, stretch for 20 to 30 seconds. Breathe. Feels good. Cool. Okay, finally for the anterior pelvic tilt, you're gonna stretch the spinal erectors in the back. So I'd do this one right here, is I'd get in the yoga pose like this, reach out and stretch that lower spine, okay? Reach and stretch the lower spine. Or you can do the egg, crumble into a ball and stretch the lower spine. Feel the stretch from the muscles. If you feel any pinching or sharp pain, you just stop, okay? You're going too far, something's wrong. See your chiropractor or PT. Those are the exercises and stretches, basic, that you can do in your own house that'll help fix the anterior pelvic tilt, okay? Nothing complicated, nothing like, you know, super crazy, like, you know, put this hip here, like this there, and like, you know, do this. No, man, you don't need none of that. You don't need any of that. Double negatives. Now, posterior pelvic tilt. Ready for this? So posterior pelvic tilt, you guys remember that one? That one's like, you know, holding in a massive dump like this. So usually your butt's too tight, your abs are too tight, and your hip flexors are weak, okay? What I would recommend doing, and your spinal is weak as well. So good strengthening exercises, you can do Romanian deadlifts, but you can just use your body, okay? Just use the spinal erectors, back muscles right here. Try to feel them working, keeping most of the rest of the back neutral, okay? Neutral back. Romanian deadlift style. Tighten that up. You can also do the Supermans on the ground like this, okay? Tighten up that rear spine. Or you can also do the plank. That helps tighten up the whole entire core, but it also hits the rear spine as well. Or you can do plank one leg like this. Plank one leg like this, okay? You're also squeezing the booty, but you're also squeezing the spinal erectors. That works in couple with a lot of other muscles. It's important to strengthen the spinal erector muscles, but also stretch the ones that are tight. Posterior pelvic tilt is also coupled with weak hip flexors. You can do just a simple hold like this, isometrics, flex the hips down, flex the hips down, or you can work on your skips using the hip flexors. exercise is done a lot in Bodyweight Beast and other ones. Now the muscles that are tight that you need to stretch when you have posterior pelvic tilt, you have a tight butt, okay? So stretching the booty, go like this, one leg out, one leg like this, and pull it this way. If you're even a little bit more flexible, you can cross the leg over and pull. Stretch the booty out. Hold that 20-30 seconds, do the other side as well. Something tight might be the abdominals as well. Posterior pelvic tilt means your abdominals might be tight, okay? Too tight, gotta stretch them out. So down like this, and then try to just stretch the abdominals, okay? And try not to bend your spine in one place, but rather curve the whole spine. You can go back to this just to kind of even it out, and then stretch the abs, loosen it up. Finally, you might have tight hamstrings causing your posterior pelvic tilt. So you can do the simple gym class stretch, sit and reach, or you can spread your legs a little bit and just do one at a time. I feel like that targets the hamstrings a little bit better than the sit and reach, or even better yet, if you do have a surface, you can choose to put your leg up on the surface and bend into it like this, okay? So stretch the hamstrings if you have posterior pelvic tilt. Or do this one, down, foot straight, down, reach, foot straight, down, reach. Stretch those hamstrings, stretch the butt, strengthen the spine, the lower spinal muscles, strengthen the hip flexors, pull everything back into place. Now your spine should end up being neutral, okay? You shouldn't feel too much of a booty pop. You shouldn't feel too much of a constipation. You feel neutral in the middle, right down, everything should be aligned. Joints should be nice and stacked. Good posture means less problems in the future, means no back pain right now. So get on that game, people. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to get a copy of Bodyweight Beast. It's a full, complete, balanced 12-week calisthenics program. Trains everything, gets you in super good shape, get stronger so you can learn all these other moves and stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe, Only Kinds Fitness. Peace. You all have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.